Tigray fighters raped, beat women in Ethiopia, Amnesty says.
Here's a summary of the article.
Tigray fighters raped, robbed, and beat up local women after attacking a town in Ethiopia's northern Amhara region, according to a new Amnesty International report released on Wednesday. It follows an earlier report by the human rights watchdog that documented the rape of thousands of women and girls by the Ethiopian and Eritrean forces in the Tigray region. The report focused on abuses that took place after the Tigray People's Liberation Front entered Amhara in August. 14 out of the 16 women interviewed by Amnesty said they were gang raped by Tigray fighters, in some cases at gunpoint and with their children watching. Another woman said she fell unconscious after TPLF fighters raped her and beat her, using the butts of their guns. The women targeted by the TPLF in Amhara were mostly from low-income families, doing menial jobs, according to Amnesty researcher Fisheha Tekel. The Tigray forces, who had dominated Ethiopia's national government for almost 3 decades, expanded the war into Amhara since retaking much of the northern Tigray region in June.
This post received a score of 2,400, with an upvote ratio of 95%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Honestly wondering why this situation isn't getting more coverage. I've barely seen anything regarding it.
'Cause it's Africa.
This website does skew towards Europe, North America, East Asia. In other words, mostly developed countries. You don't really see news coming out of Indonesia, the 4th most populated country often. But you often see news from France or Germany.
Also English-speaking countries. So many articles on Canada or Australia.
So Tigray, Ethiopia, and Eritrea are all big on rape and extrajudicial execution, are they? Or is someone the belligerent? Like many civil wars, both the insurgents and the government have been credibly accused of committing war crimes. War is a messy business, and there is rarely a good guy and a bad guy.
War doesn't determine who is right, only who is left. Bertrand Russell.
Sadly, this does not surprise. These types of conflicts almost always turn super nasty. You feel horrible for the people caught in the middle.
Tigray women were getting raped, now it's Tigray soldiers doing it to women in other regions. Zero surprises. In war everybody loses, but women and daughters tend to lose the most.
And in some cases they take the sons and force them to become soldiers. Imagine being a young boy, watching your father get murdered, seeing your sister and mom get beat, and then taken hostage by goons. The fact that thousands of kids have lived through that scenario is terrifying. This world is a fucked up place.
Fighters typically rape, beat women everywhere. Not known to be a pleasant bunch.
So, last weekend there were big protests in my city, an American city with a large Ethiopian population. The signs said, "Stop Tigray genocide." I wasn't clear if they were saying Tigrays are the genociders or the genocided.
I'd assume the latter myself.
I'm really glad this is getting attention, but something I just want to emphasize is that still, Eritreans less than ENDF Ethiopian military less than OLA Oromos, allied with TDF equals TDF Tigrayans human rights-wise. That said, the current government was better in peacetime than either the OLA or the TDF. It's a mess any way you look at it.
Seriously, what do news sites have against proper wording? Took me a minute to get that was the Tigray fighters doing the raping, instead of the Tigray fighters being raped themselves.
Unfortunately, in these types of conflicts rape can assume to be happening.
2 or 3 wrongs don't make a right. How can one subject another group of women to rape, beatings, humiliation and or death, when you pleaded for help to the international community the same atrocities were happening to you?
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.